Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Kula with Ngobile. I'm about to be celebrating 4 years here in the US as an international student. So I figured it is the right time for me to share what does it take to become an international student, the application process, and just taking you from like zero, to step 100, where I guess that will be you here in the US on your first week probably, and all the other things, the exciting things that you can do as an international student. But we all know the process begins with application, and that's like the most challenging part. So why not unpack that? So follow my series as I take you through the journey of what it takes to become an international student. So we're going to start by the part that kind of focuses on your academic success. So the first thing in that part is your transcript. You need to have a bachelor's degree for you to come for graduate school. That's if you are coming for a master's, you need like just your bachelor's. But if you want to come and start your PhD, of course you need your bachelor's and your master's for that related field. In general, there is a requirement for like a GPA, so like your average grade, and that would be in most cases the common one is 3.0. However, some schools may have like a higher cutoff like 3.5, 3.2, depending on how competitive that school is and how they structure their programs. So cut off for different programs or even different schools. Sometimes for the same program, but a cutoff in one school can be 3.0 and in another one it can be 3.2. So it just depends on the school that they are going to apply to. So the second part in terms of this academic success of how they assess that, there are also standardized tests. So this will include your GRE, MCAT, TOEFL if you come from a non-English speaking country. So these just depend on the program. Some programs require them, some don't. Just always check the requirements of the program or the school they are applying to. I wrote the general GRE, but there's also like a specialized one, maybe for fields like biology, physics, psychology. It just depends on the field. But your school will always tell you which one you're supposed to take. Okay, now that we know and understand what is required in terms of assessing your academic success, there's also like experience and understanding like your defined goals. That's also important as part of the application process. And so this is the step where they are looking at things like your work experience, so that will be reflected in your resume or your CV, and things like your personal statement, so your goals and how those goals align with the department that you are applying for and the program that you are applying for. Like, are you the right fit? As well as other additional documents that can also as well reflect how much you align with the school. So I'll start with the first part, the personal statement. So the personal statement is the opportunity, for the admission committee as well to just kind of like see how you explain yourself and why probably also you are choosing this program. Let's say you're applying for psychology. What inspired you to choose psychology? And then there is another part. I know this one is kind of scary because, well, you are not the one who's writing it. So you have to get recommendation letters. Yay, are we happy? I'm not sure. Yeah, you need to get recommendation letters. And depending on the school, they can range from 2 to 4. But I'll say, like, the average, the most that I've seen, most schools, they ask for 3 recommendation letters. And some schools will also be specific about the criteria. They may say, we need 2 from professors, we need 1 from your former employer. You need to check with your school. Now that we have covered what it takes to look at your academic success, as well as like your experience and defined goals, there may be some additional documents or supplementary material that may be required out of you. So for example, some schools actually have like diversity statements. So these statements kind of cover, diversity. Of course, it's a diversity statement. So they cover like diversity. So this is what are you going to how or what are you going to contribute in terms of diversity in your department, your school, are you bringing in a different perspective? So sharing those things, your personal and professional development, and that experience of this is the diversity that I bring. What do I bring on the table kind of vibe? Yeah. Another thing would also be an interview process. And this depends on the level that you're applying for. It's very common for PhD programs to have an interview step. And as always, you will take it serious, you will dress like a representable body, and then you will go and ace the interview. Just like how you would go on like a job interview, but this one will not be a job interview, it will be a graduate program interview. And yeah, so you take it serious. In the future, we may cover that section as well. And then another thing, it may happen, it may not, is a research sample or a writing sample, whatever they call it, depending on your department. So this is a piece that you have written, and your school will have requirements on how long should it be, what things exactly are they looking for. We have covered everything today, buddies. Thank you for watching and just understanding what it takes to become an international student. I am excited for you guys to continue joining this journey. On the next video, we are going to cover how do you pick a school, because that's important, right? You want to go to a school that is a right fit for you. Stay tuned and come back on Sunday for another video. Bye.